The archivists of Velthara had spent 17,000 cycles searching for it. The weapon that had once brought the Krell Empire to its knees. The device that had shattered the Obsidian Fleet in the Battle of Crimson Nebula. The artifact that every advanced civilization in the galaxy had sought, fought over, and ultimately lost to the void of history. Commander Jakrath stood before the Galactic Council, his crystalline exoskeleton refracting the chamber's ambient light into 1,000 dancing shards. "We have searched every corner of known space," he declared, his translator converting his harmonic frequencies into words the assembly could understand. "The resonance engine is gone, lost. We must accept this reality." The council murmured in agreement. 12 species, each representing billions of souls, each having dedicated resources to the centuries-long search. The weapon was a myth now, a legend told to cadets in military academies, a cautionary tale about hubris and the price of ultimate power. Then the humans arrived. They came in their patchwork ships, cobbled together from salvaged materials and held together by what the Veltharan engineers swore was optimism and cultural stubbornness. The human delegation was led by Dr. Sarah Chen, a woman whose species had only achieved faster than light travel 3 generations ago. Babies by galactic standards. "We found something," Dr. Chen announced at the emergency council session. She transmitted an image to the central display, a corroded, barnacle-encrusted object pulled from the depths of Earth's Pacific Ocean. The chamber erupted. Commander Jakrath's carapace shifted through colors expressing profound disbelief. "Impossible. We mapped your world twice during our surveys. There was nothing." "You mapped for energy signatures," Dr. Chen replied with a slight smile. "This doesn't emit energy. It absorbs it. You were looking for a lighthouse. This is a black hole." The resonance engine, as it turned out, had crashed on Earth approximately 65 million years ago. The impact had been significant. The humans called it the Chicxulub event. The dinosaurs, unfortunately, had been unable to appreciate the historical significance of their extinction, but finding the weapon was only the beginning of the story. The Council's top scientists, representatives from species who had mastered quantum mechanics before humanity had discovered fire, gathered on Earth to examine the artifact. For 6 months they studied it. They scanned it with instruments that could peer into alternate dimensions. They consulted techs older than most stars. They accomplished nothing. The resonance engine remained inert, its secrets locked behind mechanisms that predated the current galactic civilization by eons. The precursors who had built it were long gone, their knowledge scattered like dust across the cosmos. "We should destroy it," suggested High Scholar Praxis, his tentacles coiling in frustration. "If we cannot use it, neither should anyone else." But Dr. Chen had other ideas. She brought in her team, not the decorated military experts or the theoretical physics professors, but a collection of what she called practical engineers. Among them was a man named Jake Rodriguez, whose previous accomplishment was keeping a 200-year-old fusion reactor running at a Mars mining colony using spare parts and creative violations of safety regulations. "You want us to fix alien technology that predates your entire civilization?" Jake asked, examining the engine with the critical eye of someone who had once repaired a ship's life support using coffee grounds and determination. "Not fix," Dr. Chen corrected. "Improve." The galactic scientists were appalled. Commander Jakrath spoke for them all. "You cannot improve precursor technology. These beings possess knowledge that makes our greatest achievements look like children playing with blocks." "Respectfully, Commander," Jake said, already tracing his fingers along the engine's surface. "That's the same thing they told me about Martian reactors. You know what I found? The original designers were so focused on elegance that they forgot about maintenance. This thing?" He tapped the engine. "Same problem. It's not broken. It's just overthought." What followed became known as the miracle of human audacity. The human team didn't try to understand the engine's quantum harmonics or its dimensional resonance patterns. Instead, they treated it like any other piece of broken equipment. They bypassed the safety protocols that had prevented activation for millennia, safety protocols that, as it turned out, had been set far too conservatively. They replaced corroded conduits with materials that shouldn't have worked but somehow did. They added cooling systems because, as Jake put it, everything works better when it's not overheating. The council scientists watched in horror as the humans jury-rigged, hot-wired and duct-taped their way through modifications that should have been impossible, and then, on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, the resonance engine activated. But it didn't just activate, it sang. The weapon that had once been capable of disrupting matter at a molecular level across light years now operated at 67% greater efficiency than the precursor specifications. The humans had added stabilizers that prevented the catastrophic feedback loops that had made the original so dangerous to use. They had installed targeting systems that actually made sense. They had even added what Jake called a decent user interface. Commander Jakrath stood in the testing facility on Earth's moon, watching the engine's display, now helpfully labeled in 17 languages, including English, and felt something he hadn't experienced in his 400-year lifespan. Genuine awe mixed with existential dread. "How?" he whispered. Dr. Chen shrugged. "We're good at fixing broken things. It's kind of our specialty. You know how many times our species should have gone extinct? We're still here because when something doesn't work, we don't give up. We hit it with a wrench until it does. This is not how advanced engineering works." "No," Jake agreed, patching a final connection. "It's how human engineering works. There's a difference." The Galactic Council held an emergency session to discuss the implications. The weapon that could reshape the balance of power in the galaxy was now in the hands of a species barely old enough to have a galactic presence, a species that had achieved in months what the galaxy's greatest minds couldn't accomplish in centuries. But humanity, in its infinite wisdom, made a proposal. "We'll share it," Dr. Chen told the Council. "The technology, the improvements, all of it. Free of charge. Because the real weapon isn't this engine. It's the attitude. The refusal to accept that something can't be fixed. The willingness to try the improbable. That's what you've been missing." Commander Jakrath processed this. "You would give us your greatest advantage?" "Sure," Jake said. "But you'll still need us to explain why we did what we did. Turns out human intuition doesn't translate well into mathematical proofs." And so began a new era. The galaxy didn't just gain access to its greatest weapon. It gained something more valuable. The realization that sometimes the most advanced solution involves a wrench, determination, and the audacity to tell the impossible it's not trying hard enough. The archivists updated their records. The resonance engine had been found and perfected by humans who used duct tape. Some mysteries they noted were more terrifying than they first appeared.